Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're going to be doing a little bit of a different type of video, and this is almost a concept video, talking about what 2K can do properly to make the NBA season tie in more effectively with NBA 2K25 MyTEAM than it has the past few years. So before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 40,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, tons of consistent daily MyTEAM content. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. Now, my honest opinion is I don't truly expect 2K to do most of the things that I list in this video, but I do know that there are people at 2K who watch my videos, and I think that it's worth giving my opinion on the things that could be done well to tie in MyTEAM to the NBA season better, to build up more hype for MyTEAM as a mode because of its connection to the NBA season, and just things they can do better in general to connect those two things. Because at the end of the day, this is the mode for that type of stuff, and it's a massive opportunity that I think 2K has pretty much overlooked the past few years. Moments cards and things of that nature have not been a consistent theme in a long time, and that is an area where they can do much better this year. So we're going to break down a couple of different things that I hope they do better this year. First of all, and we'll just start with moments cards. Moments cards as a whole, as a concept, were kind of redone last year. Now, by redone, what I mean is they basically came out here and gave us these three different categories of cards: 2K numbers cards, breakout cards, and these primetime cards that literally only came out one time the entire year, which was on Christmas. And if the team won on Christmas that was playing, there was one for each, basically one player for each team. And if that team won on Christmas, they got an Evo to Amethyst instead of a Ruby. The problem is, even the Amethyst versions of the cards were awful. These were terrible cards. They were totally unusable. There was really no point to this NBA primetime concept whatsoever. So let's just scrap it. Let's take it away. Now, if they wanted to bring this back and make it better, I'd be cool with it. But they literally only did it for Christmas. It was completely pointless. Let's just scrap it. We don't need to see this again. 2K numbers and breakout cards. I have less of an issue with this concept. I think this is a decent concept. The problem with this was the fact that these cards were exceedingly rare. We got 55 breakout cards the entire year, split over a few different drops. And there were some decent budget cards and things of that nature in these drops, but they came out very sparingly and they were only split over a few drops. And 2K numbers was even less than that. We got a total of 15 2K numbers cards the entire year, and 3 of them were from Domination: LeBron, Şengün, and Tyrese Maxey when they dropped that Domination. A couple of them were grindable free cards in Embiid and Luka when they had truly exceptional historic performances, and that really was about it in terms of this content. Not many grindable free cards, although the 2K numbers domination, or whatever, the seasonal domination they dropped last year with LeBron as the ultimate reward, was decent. But as a whole, I think they really underperformed last year compared to what they could have with these concepts. So number one, I do understand that 2K is a business and they want to make money. For that reason, I think they should bring back Moments of the Week. It's a concept that they haven't done since, I believe it was 2K20 that Moments of the Week was a thing, and it didn't last for super long. Pink Diamond Zach LaVine was one of the rewards. Diamond Trae Young was one of the rewards. If I remembered, I wish I remembered better how these promos worked, or specific budget cards and stuff that were in this promo, because it's been a very long time. But the way these promos worked was weekly. I think it was on Wednesdays for the first half of the NBA season in 2K20. They would drop about 13 card drop, and it would have 12 players plus 12 players of various tiers plus a lock-in. And the lock-in reward was, once it was Pink Diamond Trae, or Diamond Trae Young, once it was Pink Diamond Zach LaVine. I forget who the other lock-ins were, but it was something that they did in the first half of the NBA season in 2K20 that I thought was the best moments concept that they've ever had in terms of legitimately dropping consistent rewards. Now, I understand they're a business, and that's why I suggest this, because this is something that will actually make them money. So we'll start with something that 2K can make money from, which is bringing back Moments of the Week, or a similar concept, whatever you wanted to call it, where you drop relatively consistent moments content that is attainable for the community, has actually good budget players in it, and is content that is... The one thing that makes me think this probably isn't going to happen is that these cards all the cards that we're getting in various promos are in hidden gems for the most part, right? So I don't think this is something that's super realistic, because at the end of the day, the cards that we're getting are generally here in hidden gems, right? So they would have to drop new cards. I don't think that's going to happen. But I think it would be an awesome concept to stay up to date with the NBA season on a weekly basis and give us a batch of cards of players who did amazing performances throughout the NBA season. Now, the other thing that I think is even more important when it comes to moments cards is recognizing truly impressive performances with free grindable content, which means more of the free pink diamond here because a player scored 57 points and had 11 rebounds in a game. A free diamond because a bench player who doesn't generally score a ton had 20 points in a game winner. Like stuff like that consistently recognizes impressive performance by players throughout the season that is attached to free grindable content is very, very important. So I think there can be a mix of moments content in packs and moments content that is free and grindable, and you can call it two different things if you want. I don't know what they would want to call it, but you could have 2K numbers be a pack drop and breakout be free content like they did last year if you use the terms that they used last year. And so to me, this is a really simple way for 2K to have another promo that drops weekly that makes them money and brings in revenue for them as a business, and then an opportunity to drop consistent free grindable reward content as well once or twice a week with a free diamond here, a pink diamond here, stuff like that consistently rewards the community and is on par. Most importantly, it has to be at least on par with the content you're dropping in packs. If you drop a Moments of the Week drop with 2 pink diamonds, 3 diamonds, and a bunch of stuff, and there's a Galaxy Opal lock-in, let's say this is happening in December when Galaxy Opals are out. Let's say that happens. You got to drop some free pink diamonds as well. You can't drop free amethysts. That's not going to do anything for anybody. You got to drop free, legitimate, good content, and I think this is something that if they were able to actually find a proper balance on this, would provide a lot more excitement for moments content in 2K. Now, the other thing that they need to do this season in 2K25, and they did a really good job of it in 2K24, it was one of the few promos that I actually really enjoyed last year, was the tournament battles concept. I am really hoping that they bring back this concept in 2K25 because I thought it was very cool, but I think it can be done a little bit better. So in 2K24, we got 30 tournament battles cards for the in-season tournament, in addition to a couple of lock-in players for each conference and an ultimate lock-in player. I don't really care about the lock-in players, but individual players like this that are earnable, and ideally they're earnable, but even if not, emeralds like last year, they weren't super expensive. These cards then evo to higher tiers to become really, really good cards based on how their team performs in the in-season tournament, and I think that would be awesome to see. And honestly, with the increased pacing this year, they need to start at probably Sapphire and evo to Pink Diamond instead of starting at Emerald and evoing to Diamond because of the way pacing is this year. So that's, I think, a big change, because I don't think it's going to do people much good when the in-season tournament starts in a month if cards aren't finishing evoing until middle of December, and by that point we have Galaxy Opals and you're getting diamonds. It's just not going to do much for people. It's going to take away from the excitement of a promo like this. They have to be able to at least compete and be comparable options to top tier cards in the game. They don't have to be the best cards in the game, but they need to be grindable content that is rewarding and actually able to compete. And if they succeed with the tournament battles concept this year, because I think they actually put a really nice framework into place last year in making the tournaments battle concept something that is actually enjoyable and quality content to interact with. It was one of the few content drops last year that I honestly really enjoyed and thought was pretty neat. I think it can be executed even better this year, and if they do a good job of that, it would be a huge connection again during what generally would be considered, I would say, a little bit of a dead time, both in MyTEAM and in 2K. The one other thing, let's do some locker codes. Come on, we need more locker codes. And they can tie this in with moment cards. They can just tie it in general. Let's get some locker codes. Come on. Can attach stuff to the NBA season, give us some locker codes, give us some content, a little bit more grindable, a little bit more free content, a little bit more just rewarding content like a locker code every once in a while would be really, really good as well. And that's my other thing. But these are just ideas that I have to how they can make the NBA season more connected to MyTEAM and more important in MyTEAM, and hopefully bring some more growth and some more excitement into the mode. And I didn't just talk about free content. I know a lot of y'all aren't going to love that I suggested a pack drop weekly with a lock-in, because that's going to cost money, right? I get it. But this is 2K we're talking about. They're greedy. I mean, I'm not trying to disrespect the people at 2K, but the higher ups, they are, plain and simple. They're greedy. And so we need quality content that is rewarding. And I think they are more likely to give us that content if it goes alongside something else that might be paid a little bit, and pack content that is intended to bring in a bit more revenue. But at the end of the day, I think they'll make more revenue as a company if the game is more rewarding to play. And this is a way in which they can make it a lot more rewarding to play, both with this tournaments battles concept as well as with free moments cards as well. So with that being said, that's going to do it for this video. Hope y'all did enjoy. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment. Let me know in the comment section what y'all would like to see 2K do for moments cards this year, and also subscribe. And yeah, I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon. I appreciate y'all. Peace.